Hey everyone, it's Kieran with Thrifted Living. So for today's video, I would like to share with you how I took some of my most beautiful thrifted finds and turned them into two gorgeous gallery walls in our home. So if you'd like to see how I took some of my thrifted treasures and gave them a new life in our home, stay tuned. So if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I have been talking about creating gallery walls in our home for quite a while, but I felt that I never really had enough to complete the spaces that I wanted to in the way that I wanted to. I decided to take my time and slowly collect the pieces that I wanted to for my gallery wall. This was definitely like a treasure hunt. It definitely took a while for me to find everything that I loved. I would go to sales and kind of just let things inspire me, really taking some inspiration from sales that I would go to, but also keeping in mind things that I had seen on Pinterest and in other people's homes. Although it might sound crazy, I've probably been collecting for these gallery walls for like 2 years, but it's definitely been worth the wait. I have really found items that I love and I knew they would look great together. These pieces range in price from completely free to probably the most expensive piece being about $10. In the kitchen, I felt that it was more important to have a more sophisticated and elegant look, since this is the room that greets you as you come into our home because we have a very small home. I felt that it was important to really make the gallery wall look elegant and sophisticated. Now in the craft room, I felt like it was time to have fun. I wanted to collect pieces that were fun and really represented my style and the colors that I love and the crafting that I love to do. It definitely paid off to take my time and to search for each of these items, to not feel too pressured into getting everything quickly just so I could get the project done. For example, I found the button sign last year. A whole year it's been sitting in my attic waiting for me to use. And then maybe 2 weeks ago, I found that pair of scissors that I spray painted gold. And those fit together perfectly. I absolutely love how it looks. Collecting for the craft room was definitely a lot of fun. Once I had everything laid out, it was time to start working on the pieces that needed a little more TLC, and this was my absolute favorite part. I really loved crafting. I really loved looking at everything that I saw and all of the pieces that I had and really just dreaming and imagining what I could do with them and how they would look. This was my absolute favorite part of the process. Now let me share with you some clips of me giving some TLC to these thrifted items. Once your projects are done and all the glue is dry and all the paint is dry, it is time to start hanging everything up. by far my least favorite part of the process. I did not enjoy hanging these up. I felt a lot of stress when it came to this, and I'm really not quite sure why. And that's why it was great that I had command hooks and that I decided to use the command strips, because I could easily just take things off the wall and move them. Whereas if I had a hammer and nail, I definitely would not have felt comfortable at all hanging those up. I started with my bigger pieces most of the time, just to really get a sense of how they fit in the space and how everything else was going to work around them. And it definitely took some trial and error, and it took a lot of bravery because I was so nervous to hang them up for some reason. I don't know why. Let me share with you some of the process of hanging these items up on the gallery walls. Now it's time to see the finished products. The first gallery wall space that I would like to share with you all is inside of our kitchen. We have an eat-in kitchen, so this is our little like dining table. We have a little coffee station right here, and then right above the table is one of the gallery walls that I have worked on over the past few weeks, and I think it came out so nicely. I'm going to be adding more things to it over the upcoming weeks, but for now, I'm just gonna leave it like this. Some of you might be wondering where the recipe is with the spoons. That was one of my recent projects. I actually gave that picture to my mom because it is her mother, and I just thought it would be nice to let her have it. So I gifted it to her, and she's very appreciative of that. So it's not gonna be on our gallery wall. It's going to be in my mom's home, and maybe she'll even do a gallery wall with it. So really quick, I just wanted to go through some of these things with you again. Over here, and right down here, I have two mirrors that I believe I got at a garage sale. Yes, I did, and I believe they were 25 cents a piece. I just spray painted the outer side of them black. It was like this really kind of strange gray, so I just spray painted that. Super easy to do. Right here is a little family sign written in cursive. I got that at the Salvation Army not too long ago. I believe it was $3.99. Up here is a chalkboard that came from, I think, the Threshold brand, or Nate Burkus maybe, and one of my colleagues actually didn't want it anymore, so she gave it to me for free. Then right here I have two frames. I believe those came from Walmart, and we got them when we were getting married, and we thought we were gonna do some type of decor with them, but we didn't actually do any decor with them, so I actually just took them and put some of those Dollar Tree decals in them. I think it looks so cute. And over here we have a basket that my dad, it's like a basket tray that my dad gave to me, and it's really cute. And so I just took a command hook and hung it right up on there, super easy. I think that was only like 25 cents, I think he said. It's super cute. Then I have the word eat right there. I'm not sure it's gonna stay there. I did that project in a Dollar Tree DIY, and I'll link it above in case you'd like to see it. I'm not sure it's gonna stay there. That's just where I put it for now, but I'm not really quite sure where I want it yet. And this sign right here came from the Target dollar spot. This was the only thing that wasn't like on at least some sort of discount, but I think it's really sweet, and I really like how it ties in with everything else, and I think it was definitely worth the $3 that I spent on it. One thing that I really love about this gallery wall is how it ties in with how we recently redid our kitchen. If you haven't watched that video, I'll make sure to also link that video above about our kitchen makeover, but before, the beadboard was actually wood color, just like plain natural wood, and the wall was like a creamish white. And now we have this really pretty green and the white on the beadboard along with the wooden table, and I really like how that all ties in with the black and like also the basket. I think the basket does a lot for this because it's a totally different color and a different like design, and it's woven, and I think it really kind of pulls it all together. It's funny because this gallery wall is totally different than the other one that I'm going to share with you. Next space that I would like to share with you is in the craft room, and I've been working on this for quite a while now. It has been so much fun working on this space. I'm so happy that I was able to save all of these thrifted finds to put in here, and things have kind of changed since the first time I like set all of this up. Some things worked, some things didn't. So let me share with you a little bit of this gallery wall. I will eventually be sharing a whole video about the craft room space, but right here is the crafting table that I got at a garage sale for $5, and I have a couple organizers right here as well and a couple stools. Pretty much all of this stuff came from garage sales except for these bins that came from the Dollar Tree. And right above the craft table is where I have the gallery wall. So let me just start over here and tell you about all of the pieces. So over here I have some frames that I got at garage sales. Of course, I actually have three frames all together that are exactly the same. I got 2 of them on one day and the other one on a different day, so it's funny that I like had to collect them. But they're so pretty. I love the detailed work in them, and I actually posted on Instagram whether or not you guys thought I should paint them gold or white, and you guys thought I should just leave them, and I'm so happy that I took your suggestion. I really love how it turned out. So up on the top and also on the bottom, I have some of these vintage paint swatches that I got for free at an estate sale. I'll get a little closer. You guys can really see them. I absolutely love them. I think they turned out so nicely in there, and they actually fit perfectly on the board behind. Like, they fit exactly, like perfectly across there. So I love how that turned out. So I have that on the bottom and on the top. And then right here in the middle is the infamous golden pair of scissors. I got this pair of scissors, it's plastic obviously, at a thrift store the day before I started this project. They were red, super, super red. So I spray painted them, and I really love how it turned out. And I also spray painted the back of this board, the back of the frame white. So I think that turned out so nicely. I love it. Just love it. Right next to those frames, I have 2 of these embroidery hoops with some greenery on them. I actually did these projects in a Pinterest challenge that I did with Christina from the Purple Alphabet, and it turned out so nicely. I actually got the hoops from the Goodwill and some greenery that I got at a garage sale, and I just really love how they turned out. I did the first one, I did the bigger one on like where the greenery is like centered on the bottom, and then the smaller one I put it to the side, and I really love how that turned out. And I just attached them to the wall with some command hooks. I don't really mind how it looks. I could have like hammered it in, but I didn't really want to do that on this wall. It's actually very difficult to nail anything into this wall. Then right here I have Create. Like I said with E out in the kitchen, I'm not sure that I love how it looks right here, but this is where it's gonna go for right now. And as I said earlier, I did a DIY with that from the Dollar Tree, so make sure you check that video out. Right here is some chicken wire that I got at a garage sale with a frame that I got at a garage sale. I'm pretty sure it had a mirror behind it, but I just ripped the mirror out. That whole project was another part of the Pinterest challenge that I did with the Purple Alphabet, and I really like how that turned out. The only issue is it's kind of like bowing out from the wall. I have to figure out how to flatten the chicken wire, but I want to hang pictures and stuff on it. So it's not perfect yet, but it will be at some point. And just like in the kitchen, I have 2 of the decals from the Dollar Tree that I just put inside of these gold frames that I got. I believe I got these gold frames at the Dollar Tree as well. And I really love how they have like similar fonts, and it was kind of the same in the kitchen. I love how the fonts in the kitchen are similar and the fonts in the craft room are similar. They sort of have similar messages as well. So I really love how those turned out. Then right up top, I have a sign that I got at a garage sale for $1 that says buttons, and it has, I'll get a little closer so you can see it. It actually has buttons in it, which is so fun. Now here is where everything kind of changed. I did have a really beautiful gold mirror sitting right there where you see the thread and then this little organizer. However, I had it up for about a week and it fell, and it is a very heavy, very substantial mirror. I thought I was good after a week of it being up without an issue, but it ultimately fell, and I think it might just be too heavy for the command strips. I probably could put another one on, but honestly, I wasn't thrilled with how it looked, and I want to be able to film in front of this space, and I'm afraid with the mirror that it might be a little distracting. So I think that these turned out really cute though. I picked up this thread organizer, I believe at a a rummage sale, I'm pretty sure. And I just put a couple different threads on there. I'm not done filling it up. I definitely would like to fill it up completely because I think it'd look really cool. And then right here, I found this little organizer at the Goodwill, or no, the Salvation Army, just a few weeks ago. And I've put like little tiny threads and like thimbles and a measuring tape and little scissors in there. And I want to fill it up with some other things. So if you guys have any ideas of what I can put in there, leave them in the comments because I would definitely love some suggestions. And then right here, I have a little measuring tape ruler type organizer picture display that I got at the dollar spot at Target. So that's another thing that wasn't thrifted, but I thought it would look really cute in this space. And that's pretty much it. Here is the completed craft room gallery wall. I love how it looks. It was almost completely thrifted. This one, the only thing that wasn't thrifted was that. And maybe those frames, but I'm not even 100% sure about that. So I love how this all looks together. Like I said about the kitchen, I really love how all of these colors complement one another, and it really brightens up this space. It's a smaller room, and it really does a lot to really make the space look brighter and bigger. And I really love the different aesthetic that this one has, and I love, love, love how the green really changes the way that this looks. Kind of like in the kitchen, I said I love how the basket changes the way that gallery wall looks. I really love how the pop of green really changes this gallery wall, and I'm so happy with how it turned out. I hope you enjoyed seeing how I took some of my thrifted items and gave them a new life in our home in 2 different gallery walls that are absolutely beautiful, absolutely stunning. If you haven't created a gallery wall yet, I highly suggest that you do, and please, 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 I beg you, start looking for your items at the thrift store or at garage sales. There are plenty of items that would love to make an appearance in your home on a gallery wall. And all you have to do is give them a little TLC and just be a little creative to figure out exactly how they will work in your space. If you'd like to see some of the other projects that I've been working on for our home, I will certainly link some playlists above for you. I have a ton of Dollar Tree DIYs and a ton of videos about thrifting and thrifting your home decor, so please make sure you check those out. And if you enjoyed this video, please make sure you give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.